Hello everyone, welcome to the second episode of my 1 hour game development. This is a game that I started about 2 weeks ago, and I developed it in only an hour. So it was for a 1 hour hyper jam in one of the Discord servers I'm in. Then last stream, we added a new level and worked on it a little bit. But between the streams, I have redrawn all the game's art. And I have redone a bunch of the levels. And I have some new ideas for what we're going to do in this stream. So before anything, let me show you what the game looks like now. So this is the first level, and as we can see, the scale of the game has been dropped just a little bit. Their objects are smaller, like the spikes are smaller. Actually, the starting thing is smaller, and now it decreases in size when you mouse over it. And you just click it and you move to the end. The end has been changed a little bit. It has a cooler portal effect now. But now that we go into it, we can see that, again, the next level has been redrawn. And I just move all the way till the end. Now, this is the first one where the changes deviate quite considerably from the original game. And this is because this level used to be level 4. But now, it's actually level 3 because of a suggestion Celix made last stream. He thought the difficulty spike was too great, so I turned down the velocity of these crushers, and I moved the level 1 earlier. So I'll just play that real quick. And there we go. That level's finished. Okay, now this level has also been redrawn, and it's just been moved 1 later. It switched places with the other one. So I'll just move here, and I shall reach the end. Now, this is a placeholder level, because I want to have a new level 5, and I moved the original level 5 to level 7, and I changed it a bunch. So now here's where we get into the new content. So if you remember before, the previous level we made had but I like the spinning thing on level 2. I think I'm going to leave it because it spins really, really slowly. So if I move to here, now the level is going to be blue. So this is a whole new area, and the color scheme changes every 5 levels. So I've made a bunch of edits to this one. If I go over here and I collect this, it now fades out correctly. Once collected, I think the detection's slightly off because of its positioning. But I can just go to the portal again. And this is where the level gets interesting. This is a really cool level. This one I made just before the stream earlier this morning. And I animated these little lightning things. And this is a whole new mechanic that was not in any of the previous levels. So observe how they work. So what I do is I go from here. Oops. Guess there's a bug. I'll try. Yeah, okay. We'll fix that bug on the stream today. Okay, whatever. What it's supposed to do is you're supposed to go over here, like this. If you tap any of these, you die. But you can move from here and go all the way over and collect this thing, in which case the lasers will switch. And now you can move this direction to complete the level. That's the new mechanic that I'm working on right now. It's still in the prototyping process, but I'm working on it. And that's, I think, what we're going to start off with today. So let me just jump to here so I can change the level to 7 at the start. And let's see what the problem was. Okay, so something must have been collected before. I think it needs to go. I think this might have to go to the start. Okay, let me try this again. Okay, I'm going to try to go to level 6 and move it over here. What I think is happening is the actual detection thing that's it's touching is not correct. So let's see if it works. There we go. Okay, now it works. Excellent. Okay, so I think I'm going to give people a choice. Do we want to jump to level 8 and make some new ideas, or should we go back to level 5 and figure out a transition level? But level 6 doesn't really have a unique idea. The actual unique idea is we're exploring what this orb can do. But I guess we could make a filler. I'm not trying to make it too long, though, because you can make a bunch of filler levels, but I kind of want to advance the, like, new ideas really quickly and just add a bunch of them, because I think that's kind of fun. It just makes it more fun to, now, yeah, that is true, but I find it boring to not add new items, because it's just boring for me to actually make the levels. So I think actually we might want to jump to I actually kind of want to find the color palette for the level 11. Does anyone have any ideas of what color that should be? The first one was green, the second one was a darker blue. What could be a third one? I was thinking maybe a golden, but I'm not sure. I'll actually start. I'll create. That was a script for what the level's supposed to do. Okay. I'm gonna have, I think, 4 level sets. I'm going to have the first 5 be the first color, the next 5 be this next color. So this is going to be the second to last. Here, let's see. I'm gonna actually attempt. Okay, is this an orange kind of icky? I'm not sure. I might have to actually edit it rather than just do the color hue switch. Pink purple. Okay, I'll try the pink purple actually. That's an interesting idea. That pink? Is that a good pink? Alright, actually, that's purple. I don't know my colors. Okay, let's go jump back to scratch. I'm gonna. So how I did it last time is I just jumped into. I uploaded a new sprite, and I just did it like that, and then I just uploaded like a pink one also. Okay. So colder purple. Okay, I can't adapt them perfectly in Photoshop, so I'm gonna do it in Wait, what do you mean colder purple? More blue? I'm just going to copy one of these levels for sake of them. Okay, let's see. So I have that here. Let's hide this one because we don't want it to block our view. Okay, we need this to switch it to Oh no. Oh no, I've edited the wrong level. Oops. See, I confused myself. There we go. Okay, it's back to normal. Okay, okay, mushroom cave. Colder. Okay, well, let's see. Okay. Let's see how this works. Okay, I'm gonna switch it to level 11. And I'm gonna remove, I have like a script that stops it if the level is greater than a value. Okay. Ah, it's an ugly looking level right now. Yeah, but I want to go, I'll have to see. I want to like really go a little crazy on the later levels. I want to devolve into madness. I want to have like enough mechanics where I could add 40 levels. I just think that's really fun. Because it's not just that I want to pace myself. I want to actually like make something that's like innovative with each level essentially, and feels like it could maybe even have a sequel. Okay. So now we need the background layer. So we need to add a new background layer. Just copy this one. And then we're just gonna take this one, but we're gonna edit it and make it a little bit more blue. Okay, I have no idea if this is gonna work, so. I'm not sure if these colors are looking too good, but whatever. I'll figure it out later. Okay, I think I'll edit the colors in the end. Yeah, it's looking a little weird right now. Okay. So I'm gonna take this one, paste it down here. I'm gonna steal my background color. It needs to be lighter. This needs to actually be a lighter pink. Not that light. Okay, that should be detailed enough. Okay, now let's see what it looks like. Does it need editing with the color, you think? Well, it's vanilla scratch because it's the offline editor, so I could record only the window. Normally I use GriffPatch's extension. Much easier. Makes your life a lot easier. Okay, I actually feel like this is too blue. That's good, I think. Okay, let's add a little more blue. No, it's not quite dark enough. How do you make it darker? Do you want like the actual... I'm not making money off of Scratch, unfortunately. I'm not really making money off of this YouTube either. I'm just kind of doing this for fun. And to hone my my skill with Scratch. Okay, now that we've got the color theme decided, I'm actually going to move on from this level because I don't really have ideas for the mechanics just yet. I just kind of wanted to get the color theme down. So let's jump all the way back. Psh, yeah, I wish I could. That would be nice. Maybe I would make more Scratch games if I could do that. Okay. So, if we consider the previous levels, we have, let's go to here. Okay, so we have a really basic level for the first. The second is a little bit more basic, but it has a spinny thing. The third has some moving things, and this one has a big moving thing. I think I'm actually going to make it move slightly slower because I thought it felt a little fast. So let me try to find where that was. Might have been this one. I think it's 1.5 should do it. Let's test out the level. That's better. It's really not that hard to stay in here. I just looked at chat and I still... Oh, come on, my mouse is broken. Okay, it actually is broken, by the way. I have some serious tracking issues with my mouse, which is kind of ironic considering I'm making a literal mouse game. I should probably get a better mouse. Like, sometimes it just randomly jumps to the top of the screen. One time I was on Chrome, and it jumped to the corner of the screen, and then it closed my entire window. And I was hoarding tabs, so I was very indignified by that. It's very, very tragic. Okay, so I think what I usually do of how I start out making these levels, how I start out making these levels is I select the correct color, and I've turned down the brush size from 10 to 6 now in these levels. And I usually just start making a sketch. So I was thinking, what if instead we already had up and down things and we had spinny things, and the kind of theme of the first 5 levels is the spinny things. So what if we made the spinny things and the up and down things, but don't make it too hard. It's got to be fairly easy still. So so what if you start here? Move kind of over here. There's an up and down right there. Then you go back into here. Oops. So then there's a spinny thing right here. And then you can come out like this. Let's make it a little wider. So it feels a little tight. But this thing's going to rotate really slowly, so it shouldn't be too hard. And then I think I'm actually going to have a sideways smasher right here, and that's going to be the portal. Hey, they already lined up. I didn't even notice that I had those. I wasn't even trying to draw around those. Wait, how did my line thickness... What? Oh, wait, what? How did it get thicker? That's weird. Oh, well. That's too bad. Now it's not all... Shoot. Oh, well. Okay, whatever. I'll have to fill it in manually. Okay, I think I'm gonna draw around it just to, now that I have the sketch up. Right there. See, it opened up a bunch of new possibilities for me when I got a stylus. Changed, like, the whole, my idea of game art. What the heck just happened? Oops. I thought that was gonna work. Maybe if I cut it. Me having technical... Oh, come on. This thing is super finicky. I'm sad now. I'm gonna have to literally just fill it in manually. Turn down to 50. Perfect. It looks excellent. I think we're done. Well, everyone, thanks for watching. I think we've essentially finished the game already. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Okay, now we actually have a solid object. I'm gonna steal this color. I'm gonna do that. Okay, now we have to do the long and laborious process of actually sketching it out. Thankfully, we have our trusty eraser. So what I usually do, my new style, kind of involves a few little bit of straighter lines like this. Kind of just fill it in. And then I'll take in the spikes from my other level and add them in a bit. So kind of like that. And I'm just going to move on like this. Also, thanks everyone for coming to watch today. It kind of gives me a lot of inspiration. I wouldn't have worked so hard to progress the game if I hadn't known that people were going to be anticipating it. It is nice to know that people even care about what I'm developing. Very nice to know. Okay, so I'm gonna steal all these spikes. And I'm just gonna place them in here. Like that. And then I'll just throw this one here, I think. Maybe this one here. This one here. Right in there. This one can go over here because there's going to be a smasher there and I don't want it to block it. Perfect. So now I just need to fill this in right here. Like that. And we're getting pretty close. Now I just need to finish the rest of this little circle area. Actually, before we do that, let's make this spinny thing first. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to spawn one of a new type. We're going to define it, so it's going to be spawn 00 type 7. And we're going to... I don't know what does spawn XY actually do anything? I don't know. I don't remember if I made it do anything. Turn 1 degrees. Wait. Oh no. I'm not supposed to be editing that. I was supposed to copy this one. What am I doing? It's this one. Okay. So now I gotta create a new costume, but I'm just gonna steal this one for now. Costume 7. Okay, let's see how it looks. What? This is the wrong level. Wait, what level is this? Oh, it's level 5. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to take this object, I'm going to shrink it. Make sure to group it first. Is that too small? I think that's actually just about right. Okay, I'm going to move it 20 with the X and 0 on the Y. There we go. Okay, now I'll just erase the things around it. Yeah, it becomes a Nasher. It just nashes you into the spikes. How could it? How rude of it. Also, what's interesting is, off stream, I didn't only redraw the levels, I actually recoded them. So if you looked at the, I don't know if you noticed, but that little orb thing that changed things when you collected it, that was actually completely reanimated. What just happened? What a disaster, I don't know. What does anyone have any explanation for what just occurred? There we go. That's much closer to fitting it. Okay, and then I'll just add a little bit of imperfections like that, because nothing is ever perfectly circular. We don't really have to worry about getting past the other way because it's essentially impossible, because of the hitboxes the player is not like 0. I think this needs 1 spike. There we go. Perfect. Oh, hello, proxy. Here's the ooh, man. I think that's the first time I've said ooh on stream. I don't even know if that's how other people pronounce it. I just read out the letters. Maybe some other people make a face. Do you pronounce it, or do you just read out the letters? I'm curious. You won't tell me, will you? I get this top secret. Okay, right here. We are looking pretty good. Oh, this is too close. It needs to be a little more expanded. Excellent, you pronounced it also. Does anyone actually not pronounce it? Come on, don't lie. This game is not a platformer. Here, I'll show you what it actually works like. Okay, so I'm going to switch the level to level 6. And if I go full screen, this game is actually a mouse game. So if I click on here, I have to navigate my mouse to the end goal, like this. And I can't, if I hit the side, I have to start over. And I have to avoid all the obstacles. And if I hit this, well, now it activates the portal. Now I can go over here and get into the portal. And on this level, Same thing, but it's harder. You have to move over here, collect it, and then you have to move back on a different path. So that's how this is working right now. But yeah, it's a whole different type of game than I usually make. I actually made one of these before. And if you want to look it up and play it, I don't really recommend it because it's not that good. But if you really want to play it, you can look up Bloodbath Mouse Edition on Scratch, and that'll get you to the game. Don't recommend it though. It's a little. I edited it several times, but it's not that great. Yep, that's the game. Okay. Let's add a few of these. There we go. Okay, now let's, okay, so most of it's working right now. I think we have to, no, we can change the portal location stuff later. What next? Maybe we add those moving objects things. I don't think these need it. I don't think they need to actually go to 0, 0. Because their positions aren't predefined. Because they're already all in here. So I think I can just copy the ones from 3 and 4. Like this. Actually, I can only use this third one. And I have to make it spawn in -50. -10. Maybe -20? I want it to go all the way down. What? Is it not doing anything? Maybe it's not doing anything. No, I think it is. Geometry dash jokes. Aren't they a riot? Laugh at that one. Please. Please laugh. I bet nobody will get that. Kind of a stupid joke, honestly. Okay, let's change if type equals 7 equals 8. Okay, so now we gotta, I know, right? Yeah. So what I'm gonna do on this one is I'm gonna set the X position to the sign of timer. But I gotta actually, I think this will work. It does not work. I think it's because it's on the wrong costume. It still doesn't, oh, I had never spawned it. Okay, type 8, add it here. Oh wow, that is a very large. Who's Jim? Are you talking about Jim from In Space with Markiplier? Or are you talking about the Jim in the Stanley Parable? Why isn't this working correct? Does anyone know why it's so big? Maybe I took the wrong one. There we go. Okay, so it's not far enough over. Oh, that makes more sense actually, considering. I haven't heard from Jim in a while. I think it's because he stopped using Discord, I believe. What if we made these desynced? What if they just like run at different rates? Is that annoying? Does that annoy you guys? I can't tell. You have to tell me. Kind of annoys me. I think I'm gonna change it. That's better. Okay, I thought he deleted his Discord. Or at least as far as I knew. Okay. Yeah, it's not like desynced. I just meant like, do you want to go different speeds? Or I never want them to go the same speed. I find that kind of annoying. It's too in sync. Okay, let me change this spawn point because it's in the wrong spot. Okay, so this is level 5, so levels items 9 and 10. It's at negative 180. That's too far back. Let's try 170, 173, I think. Oh shoot. I gotta be really careful with that on lists. Lists are non-recoverable. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. 168. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna save this game. Okay, saved onto my computer. I don't want to lose this accidentally. That would be very, very, very unfortunate. Okay, now what we do next is we go to this layer and we just copy and paste this entire thing into here, and we're done. Excellent. Let's do the same thing with the next layer. Just take it. Wrong one. Oh, it looks excellent. I've never seen such a good level. Maybe it'll work again. Just take this. Oh. This is truly the epitome of gaming. I don't know if there's anything better than this. This is amazing. Oh, wait, we forgot the foreground. Of course. Just copy it. Boom. Yes. It works instantly. No, it doesn't at all. Maybe I should stop being so sarcastic. Probably annoys someone. Oh, hello, NT programs. I remember you. Okay, I'm gonna flip this horizontal. Yeah, there you go. Okay, that's a good foreground element. And then I'll move this one a little farther down. You don't want it to block too much. And this is probably about right for what I want. Right there. Okay. Spiders. I don't get what everyone has out for spiders. I find them to be friendly little creatures. Oh. Unless it's a black widow, then I couldn't really care less what happens to it. I don't care to be in pain forever because a black widow bites me. Okay, let's see. Right here. There we go. This thing can move slightly over. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Right there. And I always like to kind of have this part in the closest layer. So I kind of just do that. Excellent. Okay, that's looking much better. Oh wait, this thing looks weird. That doesn't look right. Maybe if I flip it horizontally and then vertically. Wait, I'm stupid. That does the exact same thing. Okay, right here. Perfect, perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to take the next layer and I'm going to do the same thing, but this one's simpler because it's a smaller layer. Let's put one there, and then I'll take this here and I'll just drop it over the top like this, but the other way, like that. I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. Okay, excellent, excellent. Now let's just do the same thing with our back layer and adjust it just slightly to meet our demands. Okay. Oh wait, I just realized that it's not even in the correct spot. I gotta erase some of this. I feel like that's not rotating on its center. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. Okay, so if you see, we have created essentially an entire new level. And let's just test it out to make sure everything works. Who's that? Okay, let's jump back to the previous level. Is this still too fast? Does it need to slow down? It really isn't that hard to maneuver around it, but I don't know. It might be a little disconcerting to have something move so fast. Still pretty easy to move around. So you just go through here, and we're on the next level. Yeah, this is a pretty easy level. And we go here. Oh wait, what? I must have deleted the... Oh no. This is bad. Oh no. Wow, this is not good. That's not supposed to be like that. Please tell me this adds one in space. Oh, shoot. That is really bad. Does anyone know a way to add... I'm going to save the game just in case. Okay, I think I said I was going to redraw that one. Does anyone know how to add something into a list at some origin? Wait, I guess I could just use a block to do it. Insert thing at, we need one at item 10. Wait, what? Why am I messing with the... Oh no. I've royally messed it up. This is supposed to be in the spawn points area. Must have been 160 or something. You know, I'm gonna check my old build of the game. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm looking back at an old backup I have of the thing because I forgot what this position was supposed to be. Okay, so item 11 was supposed to be negative 150 and it was supposed to be negative 100. Okay, I feel like I've screwed up another level. Yeah, I screwed up that one. Great. Okay, and this final one was supposed to be negative 180, 110. Okay, well, hopefully nothing else breaks, because that was... Oh, I know Brad Games. Oh, hello. I knew someone had to come from that server. Well, since you're not coming from scratch, this is, and you just entered the stream, this is my, a game I created about 2 weeks ago in a hyper jam, which is a 1-hour game jam, essentially. And I've worked on it last stream, and I've worked on it this stream now. And essentially, this is a mouse game where you click on the start, and then you can progress all the way till the end like this. And you just can't touch the sides. And if we move over here, we can do the same on the level we just created now. And if we beat this level, we get to the blue area, which is new mechanics. And the new mechanic is you have to collect this orb before going into the portal. So if you look, I collect it, the portal opens, and we go into it. And now this level's cool because this orb can do several things. It changes the positions of the lasers to make it, oops, so that I can go into the portal. Whatever. Okay, I almost made it, but I think you get the point. That's the last level currently, but we're currently working on this level. Try to make it work well. So I think Celix said that the scaling on the spinny object is too small, so I'm going to go edit it to make it like, yeah, I think you're right. The spikes are very small. Okay, let's ungroup it. Let's remove that, and there we go. Huh, excellent, thank you. Okay, I have to decrease the scaling of this, because if you look at this, you can't just... One thing that's very hard in games is the art scale. You have all the art you draw has to be consistent with the thing. You can't just like draw a barrel and have it be the size of a building, essentially. So since I just took this bigger object, I have to actually scale it down before it even makes sense in the environment. So essentially what that involves is me making the actual things on this object just bigger. So if we look, I can just do this, and then I can, this spike is too small if we look at relative to the other spikes. So then we can kind of just drop it down here like this. I think that's better. Yeah, I think it's better. Okay. I think what it's time for is it's time... Oh, wait, no, actually. There's something else we have to do. I just noticed if you look, this is a little too straight on this edge. It needs a little bit more space to just chill in. So let's kind of increase give it a little bit more room. And now we can just kind of redraw that area a little bit. Right here like this. Perfect. I think that's right. Yep, looks good. Anyone have any suggestions before we move on to another level? Does the level need anything? I think it's probably good. Maybe I can make these a little less sharp. Some of them look a little strange. So the really cool thing about making this in Scratch is, one, it's really easy to share with the community, but the other thing is that I can throw this into an online site called Turbo Warp, and then I can play it at 60 FPS. And later in this game's development, I'm actually going to add something that checks the FPS and rotates the objects according to the speed. Now, this is a lot harder in a platformer, but because I only have like relative movement to a tick, this is actually very easy. All I have to do is detect the FPS, and then I can multiply that by the speed, and then things will just rotate slower if they're in a higher FPS, and thus it'll maintain the exact same speed. And this will actually work for lag too. Something will not, when it lags, it will just have fewer frames as opposed to actually be slower. This will prevent cheating. Because if a game's slower, we wouldn't want it to actually like decrease the we wouldn't actually want to slow the game down, because then it's like speed hacking. Okay, now let's jump back into here. So now I think we're going to make level 8. Yeah, I knew you tried it. That's why I actually thought about it. But yeah, platformers are very hard, and the problem with platformers is mostly because of your friction. And the thing is, well, actually, this is a great side topic, actually. Okay, so in let me create a new object here. Okay, in platformers, you usually have a little player right here. Alright, let me make him actually. It's the I cube. Okay, so the player has two variables. It has an SX. This is speed X, and that can be negative or positive. And it has an SY. Now, this SY determines how much it moves each frame. And the SY has a -1 decrease every single frame. And the SX has something applied to it, which I call friction. And that's essentially setting SX equal to SX times 0.8. Now the problem with this, well, for X movement actually, you add you add 1 to the movement if you want to move to the right, and then you multiply it by the friction, and this will cause the player to quickly speed up, and then its speed won't increase above a certain threshold. But the problem is you can't just move this value to 60 FPS and make it 0.5, and move this value and make it 0.4. It's more complicated math, and you have to actually perform it out, which I don't care for. And there's actually an easier way to do it. And for that, you have to rely on your time.delta time, or essentially the time between frames. And you have to code for it in both cases. But in this case, I don't even have to worry about that, because I don't have friction. All I have is steady movements. And that makes it really easy to convert it to 60 FPS. So I'm going to do that probably between streams, but I might do it on stream. Not this time, though. Okay. So, now that we have a level 8, I think we want to make something that's a little longer, a little more complicated. I think it's probably going to have something to collect, and then you have to move over and collect it again. So, what I think we have to do is we actually have to design this in our heads, because otherwise there's no way we're going to be able to come up with this level. So I think, actually, let me design this level now, because I think it's, no, I'll do it later. I don't want to spoil it, actually. Oh, this could be a jerk of a level. You go like this. And, so it kind of goes up like this, and it has a pathway this way. but it's blocked off by lightning. And then you kind of just maneuver yourself down. Writing code or making levels up. Here, could you clarify? Do you mean in Scratch, like in this actual game, like right now, or just in general? Okay, in general, honestly, okay, it used to be doing art, but I think it's writing code now. And I think that's only because I've increased my skills with art so much that it's not that big of a challenge. Ha! You fell victim to one of the classic blunders. That's not actually me 7, it's me E6. And it's just renamed with the nickname function in Discord. Haha, gotcha. I did that because the last number of my username is 7, so I, of course, am narcissistic and need the bot to also reflect that. Okay, so I think with this one, I think the game plan is this. You start here in the portal. You have to move over like this. Collect an orb. Then you have to go back. This thing will be open. But you're not done yet. Because... oh, actually, wait. I'm going to extend this. Extend this. Come on, articulate. I'm going to move this over here, and the portal's going to sit right here. But the portal you can't go into yet, because you have to get 2 of these. So, then you have to retreat all the way back, go over here, in which case there are, what should there be? How about this? This moves up and down. But the orb thing will be right here. So you just have to time yourself right. You just go down, you collect it. And then once you collect that, it unlocks it to go back to here. So I think that's how it should work. 8709. Excellent. You can have all the me versions you want. I'm sorry, but it doesn't come with extra features. If that's what you're expecting. Ha! Look at it. It's excellent. It works. Okay, so now I gotta actually draw this. So let me just copy everything, paste it in here. And then I'm gonna redraw the whole level into the actual color it's supposed to be. Ah, I see. That makes sense. I don't think I've ever used a single number in my username other than 7. It's kind of funky. I didn't even think of that, but I don't think I've ever used one. I guess 7's just the best number, you know. It's always served me well. Oh, it worked first try. People in my school were recommending me that. I didn't take it though because I didn't have the time. I can't remember what it was for though. Was it? What does it actually teach you in that class? Because I've taken a lot of coding classes now. So I don't really have any real trouble with coding. I've done so much art now. I'm very adaptable to what I need to do. And I judge the hardest coding as like stuff like machine learning or even like coding some complex database or something. And that stuff I'm not good at yet. Oh yeah, I know most of that. Sort of. I've done a bunch of coding in Python, and I've also taken a bunch of courses on C++ now. And I'm like taking data structures and stuff now. So I've gone beyond. I'm kind of just doing Scratch for fun now. I do C# also, but yeah. Yeah, I kind of want to actually learn. I did HTML a really long time ago when my brother was trying to show me how to do a website, but I was kind of young, like pretty young, maybe like probably before I started Scratch, maybe like 10 or something. So I wasn't super interested. I'm 17 now. I'm not 90. Yes, if you can believe it, I am 17. But I was also 10 and 11 once. It was actually 11 when I joined Scratch. 7? Oh, come on. That's just insulting. Or actually, maybe you're complimenting me. Maybe you're saying I have skills beyond my age. Technically, in less than a year, I can know. If I was a prodigy, I could never. I couldn't call myself a child prodigy anymore because I'll be 18. So I'll be just an adult. Tragic. But yeah, I haven't had as much time to do stuff like Scratch just because of my classes and workload and stuff. Kind of have to bide my time, but currently I'm on break, so I'm trying to work on a bunch of videos all at once. Oh, actually, speaking of videos, I have, I believe, 4 different actual videos in the works at the same time. Now, it's just kind of how I operate. I usually take on way too many things at once, but hopefully I'll get them all done. I think all of them recorded. I have to edit them, and then I have to voice them. One of them is actually, so this game spawned out of a 1-hour game jam. I did another one of those last Sunday and I recorded it, and I have all the submissions from the other people who did it with me. So that one should be really fun. I have permission to show all their games, and the theme for the game jam was you had to do it in Scratch, which is really cool. And a bunch of those people hadn't done Scratch in years because some of them are like 20 and stuff. And I think one of them actually never had used Scratch before, so I was kind of the expert. I'm the one person who hasn't stopped scratching. I'm like Wazo TV or Will Wham. Just in college, still doing Scratch. Yeah, but it's pretty clear that it's Griffbatch's hobby, and he also just likes doing it. He likes teaching people code and stuff. That's why he has a YouTube that does it. Okay, I think that took a bunch of time, but I think it's looking a lot better. I'm gonna copy this background. You don't copy things like that. Okay, right here, and let's just copy the back here. And copied this second back layer. Okay. It's closer to the... no, I don't think Grief Patch is that old. He still has kids under 18. I think he's probably like 43 or something. Nah, Griff Patch is asleep. He's in Britain. He would have said something if he was here. I think he wants to come to one of these, but I gotta stream it at a time when he's available. I keep streaming when he's asleep. Unless he stays up really late, but I don't think he's trying to do that right now because he has so much work. Let's flip this horizontally. There we go, okay. Okay, all my bricks, I think that is. Okay. Yeah. He's been up before 1 a.m. I actually have been too, but there's no reason just to stay up that late for a stream. I have to stream. Maybe if I do a Sunday stream, I did a poll on my community post like a little while ago, and asked like what time is best for the stream. A bunch of people said they would like Sunday at like, I think it was 2 p.m. That might allow him to go there, but I'm not sure. He doesn't have a ton of time though, so like, even so, I think these things are the wrong color. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, now it's all the things. Okay. So I think we gotta make the back there. Once we finish this level, I think the stream's gonna end because it's already been going a little while. But we gotta, of course, finish it. We can't leave this level hanging. Just judging by the scale of the game, when do you guys think it'll be released? What's your guess? That's possible. Yeah, actually, 2.5 weeks. Yeah, I think that's probably about right, because my break ends in 3 weeks, so I probably really want to get it done before then. Otherwise, I'm going to end up with way too much on my plate. Okay, let's get this right here. And I'll just drop this down right here. And kind of just add in another one of those. And this backdrop. Just to be a little higher. Oh, of course, I'm going to do more off-stream level making. Unfortunately, I don't really have summer. Oh, technically I do, but I'm taking summer classes, so I don't really get a break. Too bad. Very tragic. Okay, so this is level 8. So we need 0, and now we need 2 for this one. So there we go. It's now faded out. This is level 8, so it's items 15 and 16. Is that right? Oh, that's the spawn points. Man, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Okay, 15 and 16, so this needs to be about 30. and then about negative 130. It's pretty close. I'll just jump it up slightly. And I'm going to move it over by 5, and then I'll edit it to make it fit a little bit better, because it's a little bit out of place. Okay, so let's see. This is pretty much 0, 0. So 5. Let's do 7. Perfect. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Let's get those last 2 orbs down. So what I do is I go into here, I go if level equals 8. Where do we need to spawn one? I'll remove this. Okay, we need one at negative 84, negative 121. There we go. Okay, and then we need another one right over here, and that's about 157, negative 80. Beautiful. Okay, now we need to just take another one of those. I believe it was level 6 that had it. Level 7 has nothing. Okay, okay, what's it? Level 6 was, it was literally type 6. Oh wait, this still says level 7. Okay, right there. Spawn it at 20. As we can see, that's moving much too fast. And so we're gonna have to copy this code, create a new type. Let's do type 9. Drop it down here. Now we can edit it. What happened? Anyone have any explanations for why that isn't spawning? Oh. I seem to have changed the wrong thing. It's supposed to be 8. Okay, so we can make this do about 70, and then we have to drop it by negative 40, negative 80. Let's do 100, but make it slower. Okay, so it moves up like that. That should make it easy enough to get it. Okay, now we add the electric things in. We just gotta change the level to 7. Actually 8, sorry. Then we can spawn one of these in. That this is a 0 thing, so where did it spawn in? 0. There we go. Okay, I actually had to animate that entire thing by hand. I did all the animations for the game so far. Animation is something that doesn't have that much, I don't have that much experience with, but I'm kind of glad I get to do it. Oh, it's not supposed to be bigger, it's just supposed to not point. Okay. Let's move it over a little bit. And I think I'm just gonna have to drop this down so it fits. My computer's buzzing. I guess it's just excited to see the level. No, I don't think so. I think it's just annoyed with me. Okay. It's not quite right. There we go. Okay. Let's tilt it ever so slightly. I think that was the wrong way. There we go. Okay, okay, is it working yet? I don't know. I guess we can test it. Excellent. Okay, it does work. So now all we got to do is add one more object. And that is, I want to have something here. Like an obstacle. Maybe just a typical smasher. What did the other level have? Okay, yeah, I think a smasher will work. Okay, so I'm literally just going to take this object, duplicate it, add a new type, and just going to do the exact same thing. And I'm going to make sure to spawn it in this time. There we go. Okay. Now we just got to edit the positioning. It's not switching to the correct costume. That's the costume it's supposed to be. This is not long enough. It has to be extended. Oops. Okay. Okay, I don't think it's the correct color. I think it's supposed to be this color. Excellent. Okay, I think everything's the correct color now. I feel like maybe these things should be in I'll fix the layering layer later. Okay, well, I think that's working now. So actually I can drop this a little farther back. There we go. Okay, now all we need to do, the very last thing, is add a foreground, and then we are done with the level. So all we do is we just copy this, drop it in. Actually, that about does it. It's very similar level structure. Okay. There we go. We got the level done. I'm going to save it now. And let's play through it once. And then we shall call it a day. Okay, so we're going to start all the way back at the beginning. Level 1, easy. Level 2, also very easy. Level 3, getting a little harder, but still pretty easy. Got plenty of space. Okay, level 4. This takes a little time, that's all it takes. And we're there. And now, level 5. It's a little harder, it just uses a few more of the things we were using in previous levels. And then we're just going to get to the very end. This level, a little bit more complex. We got to collect this thing first. And move over here. On this level, we have to collect it, and then we have to move back on a different path. And on this level, we can't, oops, I forgot to connect the script, but whatever. Okay, so we move over here, and then we collect this. Then we have to move all the way back, collect this, and then move all the way back, and we're done. Excellent. Okay, I'm gonna move this script back on just so it works now. There we go. Okay. Well, thank you so much. But thank you everyone else. Thank you so much for watching though. I've been streaming for about 1 hour and 20, so I think I'm gonna end it about here. So, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like the stream if you enjoyed it. And then come back here next week for another stream. And I hope to release another video sometime this week. Probably will be on either art or game development. Okay. See y'all.